Ladies and gentlemen, grief. It's something every one of us will face in our lives, yet, for children and young people, it can feel overwhelming, even life-shattering. But what if I told you that, for the past 25 years, Denmark has been leading the way in making sure grief does not destroy the future of its children? That's exactly what children, youth and grief has been doing, and just days ago, they celebrated a remarkable milestone, their 25th anniversary. Now, this wasn't just another anniversary with coffee and speeches. This was a heartfelt gathering on Amager in Copenhagen, a mix of professionals, volunteers, ambassadors, families, and young people. And at the very center of it all was Her Majesty Queen Mary, who came as the organization's patron to lend her voice, her presence, and her compassion to this powerful cause. Let's rewind a little. Back in 2000, Children, Youth and Grief started as a small, pioneering project. Today, it has grown into part of the National Grief Center, Denmark's leading hub for grief research, professional expertise, and psychological treatment. Think about that for a moment. In just 25 years, it has gone from one idea, to a lifeline for thousands of children and families across the country, from Copenhagen to Aarhus, from Odense to Aalborg. And most importantly, the help they give is free. So what happened on this special day? The program was rich with moments that touched both the mind and the heart. We heard from experts like Professor Maha O'Connor, who shared insights from grief research. We listened to speeches by the organization's leaders, by the Minister of Social Affairs, and, of course, by Queen Mary herself. But perhaps the most moving moment came when two young people, 15-year-old Sylvester and 18-year-old Ida, sat down with their father, Ulrich. Together, they spoke with psychologist Line Engel Claesen about their journey after losing their mother. In front of everyone, they opened their hearts and shared how children, youth and grief gave them not only tools but hope. That conversation was raw, real, and unforgettable. Now, let's pause here for a second. Imagine being one of those young people, sitting there sharing your story, and having the Queen of Denmark not only listen but respond with empathy. That's the power of patronage. Queen Mary's role isn't just symbolic, it's transformative. Her presence sends a powerful message. Grief is not a private shame, it's a human experience we share. By speaking about it openly, she helps break down the silence that so often surrounds loss. At the center itself, there are also very special spaces, the Heart Room and the Memorial Tree. These aren't just physical rooms, they're places where children and families can leave messages, reflect, and remember. Spaces like these remind us that healing isn't only about therapy or research, it's also about symbols, rituals, and having somewhere safe to let go of the pain. And the services, they are incredible. Free psychological help, group therapy sessions, a national grief line open every day for phone, SMS, or chat. Volunteer networks, research and training for professionals. Whether you're 10 years old or 28, if you've lost a loved one, this organization is there for you. And this is where the story comes full circle. You see, early access to help makes all the difference. It prevents grief from turning into long-term trauma. It gives children a chance to grow, to thrive, and to live with loss, instead of being consumed by it. And thanks to moments like this anniversary, grief is no longer being hidden behind closed doors. It's being spoken about, in schools, in workplaces, in public life. Because grief doesn't belong to one family. It belongs to all of us, as a community. So as we look at 25 years of children, youth and grief, let's remember, this isn't just a story about Denmark. It's a story about what can happen when a society, backed by professionals, volunteers, and yes, even a queen, decides that grief must never destroy a life. And if you take just one thing away from today, let it be this: grief is not the end of the story. With compassion, with support, and with community, it can be the beginning of healing. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe my channel.